Good day everyone. Today I'll be presenting about normal distribution. This is a very important concept because it helps us understand how data is spread and how we can make predictions. For our intended learning outcomes, we illustrate the z-value and area under the normal curve, use the standard normal distribution to find probabilities and percentiles, and solve real-life problems involving normal distributions and probability. So what is normal distribution? The normal distribution is a continuous, symmetric, bell-shaped curve. It's used to estimate the probability of different values occurring in a dataset. We see normal distributions everywhere, in nature, in business, and in social science data. So let's look at its key characteristics. The curve is a bell-shaped. The mean, median, and mode are all equal. It's unimodal, meaning it has one peak. It's symmetric about the mean. It's continuous and asymptotic, which means it approaches but never touches the x-axis. The total area under the curve equals 1 or 100%. And also remember the empirical rule. About 68% of values fall within one standard deviation of the mean, 95% within two standard deviation, and 99.7% within three standard deviations. To compare data from different normal distributions, we convert raw scores to z-scores using the formula z is equal to x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. Once we have the z-scores, we can use a z-table to find probabilities and percentiles. And this allows us to answer real-life questions using the normal distributions. So let's have some sample problems. Draw the figure and determine the area under the standard normal distribution curve of the following. Problem 1. Between z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1.85. You can see that we have the shaded part, and that is from 0 to 1.85. Now, on the table of the z table, there is the area under that curve, and that is 0.4678. So take note that half of it is, again, problem number 1, between z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 1.85. Now, as we can see on the screen, we have the shaded region or the area, and that is from 0 to 1.85. Now, on the z table, the area for 1.85 is equal to 0.4678. And then if we multiply it by 100, that will give us 46.78%, which means that 46.78% of values lie between the mean and 1.85 standard deviation above it. Okay, so let's have another example. So that is between z is equal to 0 and z is equal to negative 1.15. Now, the shaded part is from negative 1.15 to 0. Now, on the z table, it is equivalent to 0.3749. And again, if we multiply it by 100, that will give us 37.49%. So it means 37.49% of the values lie between the mean and 1.15 standard deviation below it, since this is negative. Okay, so let's have another example. Is the right of z is equal to 1.15. Now, what we can get in the z table is from 0. From 0. So we have 1.15 is 0.3749. So this is the area of 0.3749. So let me shade it. So this one. So this is the area of 3749. But what we need is the right of 1.15. Since this is 50% and then the other half is also 50%, so 0.5 minus 0.3749, that will give us 0.1251 or 12.51%. So 12.51% of the values are greater than 1.15 standard deviations above the mean. Okay, so above meaning it's in the right side of the mean. So let's have another example. Left of z is equal to 1.29. Now, if we're going to graph, 1.29 is equal to 0.4015. Okay, so this part is from 0 to 0.4015. But what we need is the left of 1.29. But this is also part of the left of 1.29. That's why we're going to add 0.5 plus 0.4015. That will give us 0.9015. Then multiplied by 100. That will give us 90.15%, which means 90.15% of the values are less than 1.29 standard deviations above the mean. Okay, so for problem number 5, between z is equal to 0.75 and z is equal to 1.85. Now, on the z table, 1.85 is equivalent to 0.4678. So meaning, mula dito hanggang dito, buong ito ay 0.4678. And then, for the 0.75, the area of the 0.475 is from here, from 0 up to this one, there, and that is 0.2734. But what we need is the shaded part. So, we're going to subtract. So, 0.4678 minus 0.2734, that will give us 0.1944, and then multiplied by 100. So, that will give us 19.44%. So, meaning 19.44% of values lie between 0.75 and 1.85 standard deviation above the mean. Again, that is above the mean because that is on the right of 0. Okay? So problem number 6. Between z is equal to negative 1.85 and z is equal to 1.15. So let us get first the area between negative 1.85 and 0. And looking at 1.85, that will give us 0.4678. So from this one up to 0, this is negative 1.85. and that is the area is 0.4678. Then we also need 1.15. From 0 to 1.15, the area is 3749. So from here up to here, so that is 0.3749. And what we need is between negative 1.85 and 1.15. That's why we're going to add the area. So 0.4678 plus 0.3749, that will give us 0.8427 or 84.27%. Okay, so let's now proceed with the application of normal distribution. Example number 1. The average Pag-ibig salary loan for RFS Pharmacy Incorporated employees is 23,000. If the debt is normally distributed with a standard deviation of 2,500, find the probability that the employee owes less than 18,500. So we have the mean. Given mean is 23,000 and the standard deviation is 2,500. So we have to convert that first into z-score. So again, the z-score is equal to x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. And in this case, our x is 18,500. So if we're going to convert that into z-score, so z is 18,500 minus 23,000 divided by 25, and that will give us negative 1.8. So after converting into the z-score, we are asked to determine the probability of the employee that owes less than 18,500. So 18,500, the equivalent is negative 1.8. So if that is less than negative 1.8, so we're going to shade the left side of negative 1.8. Okay, so the left of z is negative 1.8. Now, if we're going to determine or look at the z value of 1.8 in the z table, and that will give us 0.4641. Take note, yung ating 0.4641 is from the 0 up to negative 1.85. Since kalahati yung buo nung nasa left side natin, so we need to get the difference. So 0.5 minus 0.4641, so that will give us 0.0359. And multiply it by 100, so that will give us 3.59%. So meaning 3.59% of the employees owe less than 18,500 because that is on the left. Again, z-score ng ating 18,500 is negative 1.8. So nasa left. Para mas mababa, it should be on the left side. So 3.59%. So let's have another example. The average age of bank managers is 40 years. Assume the variable is normally distributed. If the standard deviation is 5 years, find the probability that the age of a randomly selected bank manager will be in the range between 35 and 46 years old. So in this case, guys, we have two values of x, and that is 35 and 46. And the mean is 40, and with the standard deviation of 5. So let us convert first what is the z-score for 35. So if x is 35, so the z-score is 35 minus 40 all over 5, and that will give us negative 1. And then for age 46, 46 minus 40 divided by 5, and that will give us 1.2. So in the problem, we are asked to determine between the age of 36 and 45. So meaning from -1 to 1.2. Now, on the Z table, 1 is equivalent to 0.1587. Okay, and then, for problem 1, so mas focus na lang tayo dun sa baba. That is 0.3413, and then for the 1.2, that will give us 0.3849. Then what we need is from -1 to 1.2. So the total area, if we're going to add that, is 0.7262, meaning 72.62% of the bank managers are aged between 35 and 46 years old. Okay, so 35 to 46 ang mga empleyado, ang age nila doon ay between 35 to 46, 72%, ganong kadami. Okay, so let's have another problem, number 3. The emotional quotient or EQ score on the latest version of EQ test is transformed so as to follow a normal distribution with a mean of no and standard deviation of 15. Find the 96th percentile of the distribution of emotional quotient. With a mean of 10. Sorry, guys. With a mean of 10. So the mean is 110. 110. And the standard deviation is 15. Now, for the z-score, we need to get the 96th percentile. Now, paano natin makukuha yung 96th percentile? So, meaning 96%. But, makikita natin dun sa z-score, hanapin natin yung pinakamalapit, which is 0.46. Kasi 96 minus 50, so that would be 46% or 0.46. Now, kung hanapin natin dun sa z-table, ang pinakamalapit ay yung 1.75. Okay? So, yung pinakamalapit sa 46% o 0.46. Again, yung 0.5 kasi yun nasa right side. Okay? Ito ay 0.5 plus yung 1.75 na to, which is 0.46. Kaya pag pinag-add natin yan, that will give us 0.96 or 96%. Okay? So, the area to the nasa left ng 1.75, so 96%. Okay? So, how do we get now the value of the x? So, di ba? Ang formula natin is x. Z is equal to x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. So, paano natin makukuha yung x? So, yan. X. Lagyan natin, no? And so, z is equal to x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. So, kung kukunin natin yung x, so x is equal to z-score times s, then plus the mean. Kaya, ito yung ating nakuha. So, 96% of EQ scores are below 136.25.